We actually spend a lot of time on the phone. Like, I know that a lot of people are not phone people, but we kind of had to like learn early in our relationship to speak, like to talk on the phone.
So we are coming off the release of your new bestseller book. There's a beach in my bedroom. You've been getting so much support there. What's that meant for both of you?
It's been really cool. Yeah, no, it's doing a second book together has been really wonderful, and seeing the response has been really, really nice.
Yeah, we always wanted to do children's books, so we waited till we had kids, and I started.
Now, a lot of people could not work with their significant other. What's your secret for making it work and seemingly having a lot of fun doing it?
We don't do it all the time, but when we do, we have to kind of like use it as false date days. It secures time for just me and her, because our lives do pull us in different directions, but somehow we always find each other. We're each other's North Star.
We actually like working together.
Totally.
It's fun.
This is her deal and her thing with right now with everything she's going on. This is her story. That's why we're together. But I wanted to be a part of it because I saw the impact on her life and kind of explaining kind of the journey she went on with everything with her moderate eczema.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So Danielle, I know being in the spotlight can't be easy, especially when you're dealing with eczema. When did you first start noticing your eczema, and how did that impact you?
So being with Sanofi and Regeneron, I noticed that like I had an underlying condition which brought out the eczema or the moderate eczema. And I started talking to my doctor and everything, and we started going through treatments. And then she finally said to me, why don't you try dupilumab? I tried it, and whether it was weeks or a month or whatever, I remember coming downstairs and just being like, Kevin, I took a shower and I don't have as much uncomfortableness, and brushing my hair was okay. And so, because my eczema was on my scalp. Mm-hmm. Everyone gets it differently, gets it showing up differently with rashes or different places. And mine was on my scalp. I had redness and itchy, and even just moving my hair was uncomfortable. Putting it up in a ponytail was uncomfortable, but you couldn't really see it. So it was hard to kind of know what it was. And then I went to the doctor and told me and all that. So I got excited about it because it actually really helped me. So I wanted to tell other people about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm curious, with it being on your scalp, being kind of something you could maybe brush off on a day-to-day basis, was it something that you sought help for immediately, or was it something that you've been suffering with for a long time before?
You were trying to figure out what it was, because it was like it was a constant struggle and uncomfortable nature. Like our girls would want to like play with, girls want to play with hair, mom's hair, do their hair, and they would try to do mom's, and it was not working.
Was so uncomfortable.
So I jumped in there. And that's even like why I saw the toll it took on her, and the support I'm having, showing me that this is her story and how much she really just wants to be a positive light for people that are dealing with it, and knowing that there's options out there, and this is a really good one.
Yeah, Danielle, do you wish that you had known earlier about this, or what would you tell people who don't know, but there is a solution out there for them?
Well, that's the thing. It's like trying to raise awareness and like telling people to talk to their doctor about this medication, and even going and visiting. It's called showupad.com. There's more stories like mine on there to see, because there are a lot of people that deal with different symptoms and different things. So, I just wanted to raise awareness and stuff. Yeah.
And Kevin, you said that you've seen like a change in Danielle since she's been able to be treated for this. How have you seen this as her life partner?
We spent a lot of time apart as well in the last tour. Like, she didn't really come out to the dates as much. She wasn't traveling. Just she had to kind of stay in her routine to kind of keep kind of the stress levels down. And
I had a lot of hair loss, whether it was from the eczema, the moderate eczema, or the underlying condition. But because of Dupixent, like bringing down my symptoms, I felt better. Like I felt like myself again. I felt like I wasn't reminded of it every second of the day. you know, like even just waking up, I was uncomfortable, you know, so I just didn't feel like me. So I just kind of wanted to stay home out of like everybody's sight, you know?
Yeah. So now you're ready to get back on the road is what I'm hearing.
That's where I'm going tomorrow.
Yes. It's all happening.
Oh, that's exciting. Well, I know people love seeing both of you together wherever you may be. Is there any hope? I would be remiss to ask, is there any hope for more Married to Jonas? Because we all love that.
Oh, thank you. You know, I don't know. We've been asked a couple times this year. Probably would have been here to film it, seeing as how much is going on. But you know, I'll never say never. But at this moment, we are just enjoying being a family in the midst of all this other crazy.
Yeah. How do you manage to balance all of it? Because as you mentioned, the past year especially has been bananas, and it looks like you're holding up well.
I think just spending time together, even with the kids, like he's just going to be going on tour and stuff. So he's been focusing on them and just hanging out with them. And
that'd be great.
Yeah.
Just ready.
Yeah. He's ready to do his thing.
Oh, that's awesome. And what's it like for you to go out on tour with him? I mean, you're getting ready to travel. What's your favorite part about that?
Just seeing him on stage and seeing the girls see him and like their facial expressions and thinking that they weren't really going to do this again, and just to see being a part of it. And you know, it's definitely different touring now because the kids are there, and and just managing all that, and then making sure that we get home for school, and then going back out again, and then coming home, and it's fun, and it's a whirlwind.
Definitely.
Oh, that's awesome. And you mentioned you do these date nights where you're working on your books, but is there another kind of secret that you have for holding yourselves together when, again, you're pulled in such different directions?
We actually spend a lot of time on the phone. Like, I know that a lot of people are not phone people, but we kind of had to like learn early in our relationship to speak, like to talk on the phone. And so we can kind of like reverts right back to that when we're away. Like I have a break for 5 minutes, I'll call her, you know, and like just it's not like a check-in in the morning, check-in at night. It's like, you know, an all-day communication. I think that's key for our relationship. It doesn't work for everyone, but that's how we operate.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the phone. I feel like the phone needs to make a comeback.
Yeah.
What is it about you that makes that verbal connection so important throughout the day, do you think?
It's going to sound verbal. I feel like you feel heard, you know, which would be really cool. And I like, and it's one of those things where if you feel heard, you feel connected, you know. And I feel like that's how I feel like when we're traveling as much as we are.
And even just hearing his voice, like I feel like he's around instead of just texting, kind of, you know.
Yeah, a lot can be lost in translation with text too.
Yeah, and you feel special. He's calling you.
Yeah.
Well, it has been so lovely to talk to you. Is there anything else that you are both excited to tell us about before I let you go?
No, I'm just proud of this girl and sharing her story with her moderate eczema, and you know, thank you for your time.